practices and enhance effectiveness and good productivity in the workplaces. Non-regular payment of pensions to retirees become a recurring issue, most especially for those that retired a few years ago. This should be addressed immediately. Remittances should be done on time, and pension administrators should be monitored against sharp practices of withholding of some percentage of retiree pension fund should be reversed, as somebody who had served government for 35 years and clocked 60 years should be able to manage his or her hard-earned contribution pension. The unholy intervention and career progression of civil servants by smuggling non-career officers into the civil service is unwelcome development and unprofessional. Every career officer wants to reach the peak of his or her career, but placing non-career officers above them will jeopardize their ambition. This action also negates the public service rules. This should be reversed with immediate effect or expect strong resistance from the unions. Delay in staff promotion. This is demoralizing. I want to appeal to MDAs to please conduct promotion and release results on time in order to boost the morale of workers and lay to rest the issue of stagnation in the service. If all the above items are implemented, this administration name will be written in gold in the hearts of the workers in FCT. Fellow comrades, though much is left to be desired, bearing in mind the unresolved issue of the review of minimum wage, non-implementation of palliatives, non-payment of promotion arrears, which has battered and wrinkled workers' purchasing power. I enjoin you to celebrate this May Day with pride and be committed to the common cause of all Nigerian workers, which is continuously improving efficiency and effective service delivery in the workplace. In conclusion, we want to thank the FCT administration on behalf of our members on improvement on the payment of pensioners and counterpart funding for FCT Health Insurance Scheme. The NLC, TUC FCT Council also appreciate the Minister of FCT and our very senior comrade, the Permanent Secretary, for their cooperation and unflinching support all the time. Alutale comrade, we thank you all for your audience and wish you all very happy Workers' Day celebration. Long live TUC, long live NLC, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria, great Nigerian workers, solidarity,
forever,
solidarity,
forever.
Amanda. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much, the Chairman, NLC and TUC FCT Council. We thank you very much for that articulated remarks, because the cardinal expectations of every industrial relations is to ensure that all the amenities and economic standard of the Nigerian workers and the citizens are made. And no doubt today we gather in our numbers to join the voices all over the world in order to add value in the productivity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, cardinal points were raised. Issue of roads are very important to all the workers in Nigeria. The pension is very, very important to all Nigerian workers. And the health insurance scheme is also very, very important to the Nigerian workers. We therefore call on the government to put all their searchlight to review the strength of their resources in meeting up with these very particular challenges highlighted by the FCT Council of TUC and NLC. Great Nigerian workers!
Comrades, we'll move in very quickly now by inviting the representative of the Nigerian Employers Consultative Assembly to please come and give their own solidarity message to the May Day celebration. While the NECA DG is coming forward, may we appeal, Comrade Jaye Gaskia, please come to the podium. Comrade Jaye Gaskia, you are wanted around the podium. Immediately after the presentation of the DG of NECA, we'll be having that of the Chairman of the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption. Professor Sage will be speaking immediately after the NECA DG.
The Senate President, the Speaker, House of Representatives, the Honorable Ministers for Labor, Minister for Sports and Youth, Minister for the Federal Capital Territory, the past Governor of Edo State, our own comrade, Adam Oshiomhole, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I bring fraternal greetings from the Governing Council of Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, NECA, to the leadership and generalities of members of our sectoral labor organizations, the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC. At NECA, it gives us great pleasure to associate with the three central labor organizations at this year's May Day rally in solidarity with Nigerian workers. As we celebrate Nigerian workers today and always, your sterling contribution to nation building and service to motherland, employers of labor in the organized private sector associates with you. NECA recognizes both the NLC and TUC as partners in the task of charting the course for and maintaining industrial harmony in the country. In fact, NECA and the CLOs have worked closely through the years to create wealth for the common good of all stakeholders in the world of work. As you are well aware, management and workers are like the two sides of the same coin. They are different, yet inseparable. They constitute the major stakeholders in the different workplace. It is therefore inevitable for them to relate together. It is taken for granted that harmonious working relationship in the workplace is indispensable in the realization of relationship in the workplace, is indispensable in the realization of our common goals of continued creation of decent work for the teeming Nigerian masses, engendering business sustainability and competitiveness. Whereas the employer and the worker constitute the major parties in the workplace for the attainment of these goals. The interface between the employer and the worker could be harmonious, which is desirable and mutually beneficial to both parties. It could also be conflictual, resulting to distrust and conflict, which can tear the workplace apart to the detriment of both parties. To guarantee the continuous harmonious existence of the parties, therefore, we must both continue to respect each other's rights and fulfill our obligation to one another. Harmonious working relationship will also be easily achieved when both parties follow the due process of resolving our disagreements that might arise from time to time. These processes of resolutions are laid down in our labor laws and internal dispute resolution processes. What will also make the difference is the attitude and disposition of both management and workers on one hand, and their representatives involved in the process of collective bargaining on the other. Attitudes towards work play an important role in maintaining productivity and harmony in the workplace. So also is the disposition of our unions in the course of our inevitable interrelationship in the industrial relations system. If each party respects the rights of the other and performs obligation owed to another, the basis for harmonious relationship in the workplace will have been laid. Government can only perform its expected role of growing the national economy and job creation for the welfare of the people in an atmosphere of peaceful industrial climate. The job of building and maintaining industrial harmony remains the responsibility of all stakeholders. The labor movement in Nigeria can continue to count on Nigerian employers as a dependable partner in fostering the agenda of building a nation that we all will be proud of. Once more, we congratulate the Nigerian workers on this day of the celebration of the Workers' Day. Long live Nigerian workers. Long live NLC. Long live TUC. Long live Nigerian employers. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, our employer, for confirming that the Nigerian working people are very hard and disciplined at work. May I appreciate and invite the chairman of the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Professor Isa Sage, to come give us the goodwill message to this occasion. I also want to appreciate the presence of the President of the Construction Workers in Nigeria and Vice President of NLC, Comrade Amechi Asugwani. Professor Sage will address the May Day.
Israeleto, Africa. My dear brothers and sisters of the labor movement, I bring fraternal greetings from the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption. We're all working to the same end, and there'll be solidarity and unity between us until our aims and objectives are achieved. The labor movement is synonymous with the struggle for Nigerian independence. Great leaders like Michael Atokami Imodu not only fought for the improvement of the working condition of workers, but also Nigeria's freedom from colonial rule. The two demands were made by the labor movement pari passu. The slogan, Israeleto Africa, which the Nigerian labor movement has adopted, was a slogan for freedom by the African National Congress in South Africa, which led to the struggle for the termination of apartheid, oppression, and humiliation of the black people of South Africa. Ultimately, with the indefatigable and indomitable struggles of the likes of Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, and Oliver Tambo, freedom was brought to South Africa. The fight for the cost of living allowance and the great general strikes of 1945 and 1964 are major historical landmarks in the labor movement. The tragic story of the massacre of Enugu mine workers in 1949 remain fresh in our memories today. As a result of this struggle and sacrifice by the labor movement, apart from the role played by trade unions in our struggle for independence, they have been in the vanguard of the fight for the welfare of Nigerians and freedom from oppression of the ruling class since independence. In any demand for good governance, the pursuit of liberty, the rule of law, and improved working conditions, the labor movement is always in the forefront. For example, the national protest against arbitrary price increases in fuel prices in January 2012 would not have succeeded without the mobilization and participation of the NLC. The role of labor in national democratic struggle against the Abuja regime was also outstanding. Therefore, the labor movement has sacrificed a lot for this country. It therefore grieves me in the heart that some state governments are owing workers months and months of unpaid salaries. Indeed, according to a report by the Vanguard newspaper, 12 states are owing salaries, the minimum being 2 months, and in one case, 11 months. This is happening in spite of bailout funds provided by the federal government on 3 different occasions. How is a worker and his family expected to survive without pay in an environment in which prices have shot up? How is a worker to pay rent for his accommodation, procure food for his family, clothes and school fees for his children and pay for transport without salary. Already, there is a general consensus that the 18,000 minimum wage is ridiculous and unrealistic, and yet even that grossly inadequate pay is being withheld in some states. Our legislators at the federal level being paid their bloated salaries and humongous allowances, allowances for newspaper, allowance for wardrobe, allowance for telephone credit, allowance for housekeepers, allowance for furniture, allowance for car, hardship allowance, and so on and so on and so on. Yes, it is only in Nigeria that debating for a few hours, 3 days a week in a heavily air-conditioned chamber constitutes hardship, which now desires or demands hardship allowance. The same applies to the state's oil salaries. Are the state commissioners owed to? What about the permanent secretaries, heads of parastatals, chairmen and members of state commissions? Surely the workers alone cannot be made to bear the burden of the consequences of past fiscal irresponsibility. Workers alone cannot make the sacrifice for this country to survive. I therefore propose that in future, workers' salaries should be a first-line charge on all states' finances. Pay workers first and spread what is left amongst other priorities. This is a constitutional obligation, for by Section 16(2)(b) of our Constitution, the state shall direct its policy towards ensuring that suitable and adequate shelter, suitable and adequate food, reasonable minimum wage, old age care and pensions, and employment and sick benefits and welfare for the disabled are provided for all citizens. Regular payments of workers' salary is therefore constitutionally mandatory. The labor movement has in the present federal administration a very good friend and partner. It is significant that in doling out the bailout funds, the federal government insisted that the funds must be devoted for the payment of salaries and pensions. This government is clearly labor-friendly, and it is a government on a rescue mission. Confronted with an empty treasury, it has, by a skillful management of the paltry residue, its transparency, integrity, and honesty, managed to salvage the country from degenerating into a failed state. It has stopped the looting. The looting has stopped. It is recovering already looted funds and managing our economy well. We are now pulling out of recession, and the naira is gaining strength. With this government, at the very least, your money, Nigeria's money, are in safe hands, and looters and plunderers have been kept at bay. This is a government with which labor can do business in partnership to achieve the state and condition prescribed by Section 61(b) of the Constitution, namely, control the national economy in such a manner as to secure the maximum welfare, freedom, and happiness of every citizen on the basis of social justice and equality of status and opportunity. God bless the labor movement. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much for that very wonderful goodwill message. Indeed, permit me, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once again to congratulate the President of the Nigerian Labour Congress and TUC for this 2017 May Day. Indeed, Nigerians are getting together, and together we will live with great solidarity. Once again, I remain Paul Simon.
Comrades, it's time for the head of service of the Federation to come give us her goodwill message to the May Day celebration. As she's coming, the chairman of the largest growing party in Africa, the chairman of the Labour Party, can come forward clearly in preparation for 2019. Chairman, Labour Party.
Honorable Dogara, Honorable Minister for Sports, for Youth and Sports, the Honorable Minister for the Ministry of Federal Capital Territory, the Chairman of the National Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress, distinguished to express appreciation for the significant contributions which Nigerian workers have made and shall continue to make towards the progress of our beloved country. It is indeed for this purpose that we are here gathered today, to the glory of God, peace to our great nation, and prosperity to the Nigerian workers. More than any other time, the administration of His Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, sincerely appreciates the enormous sacrifice of the Nigerian workers to the national economic recovery efforts of government and the quest for a sustainable national growth and development. The resilience and support of the Nigerian workers contributed in no small measure to the early recovery of our economy from the recession that has plagued it in recent times. In appreciation of the contributions of the Nigerian workers, the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, launched by Mr. President on Wednesday, 5th April 2017, includes in its broad objectives a robust investment in our people by increasing social inclusion, creating jobs, and improving the human capital base of the economy. On the part of the Federal Civil Service under my stewardship, we have embraced a strategy for the service to supervise, develop, and implement the housing delivery. The response of the service to this initiative has been very exciting, with about 30,000 workers in the public service profiled for home ownership as at 30th April 2017. In the expression of the commitment of the federal government to this cause, the federal government on Tuesday, 25th April 2017, stepped up its desire to deliver decent and affordable houses for federal civil servants by signing a mortgage refinance agreement for a 13 billion mortgage refinancing workers to sustain our focused support of the current administration. Let us maintain our resolve to condemn and eschew corruption in all its forms, internalize the change agenda of the current administration by allowing the change that each and everyone desires to begin with him or her. We must embrace the change begins with me slogan in all facets of our daily lives and activities. Distinguished Nigerian workers, as we mark the 2017 Workers' Day, I wish you all a merry and very happy celebration. Thank you.
We are most sincerely very grateful for this very wonderful and intimidating goodwill message and remarks. And that comes from the leader, I'll call leader of the public service in Nigeria. That's the head of service of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please, let's put our hands together to appreciate her wonderful presentation.
It's time to hear the chair of the Labour Party to address the May Day.
To champion the unity of Nigerian workers and to solidarize with the international working class. It is my desire here today to convey to you that problems associated with working and living conditions that are listed, well known to you, such as retrenchment, joblessness, unemployment, accumulation of workers' salaries and arrears, working very hard to translate the resolution that you took at the 11th Delegate Conference to take control of the party, to strengthen the party, to revitalize the party. We want to call on all of you gathered here and your families to realize that by your numbers, if you preponderate and come into this party, we are going to use it as the most veritable platform to champion your own interest. Just to give you a little example, one of us was a governor of Edo State, and throughout his tenure, Comrade Adams Oshimole informed the Nigerian people that payment of workers' salaries was #1 item under his governorship. And every month, before he takes his own salary, workers' salaries were duly paid. And he said any governor that is not paying salary to workers as at one due, squander it on irrelevancies while people are dying of hunger, penury, and destitution. I want to urge you to reflect on this May Day. I congratulate you, and please ensure that the labor movement stands resolute and united. On a day like this, we go back home, mobilize, renew your membership, bring more people into this party so that all of us will fix it and use it as a vehicle to deepen democracy and liberate ourselves from this kind of negative practices. Many of us, including some of our colleagues that are here, those who are in the leadership are not better.
Well, comrades, we'll soon be getting to hearing directly from our key leadership. But to serve as a forerunner to the address of the TUC president, we're going to invite
the ministers here present, our comrade president, Comrade Ayuba Waba, greatest Nigerian workers, greatest Nigerian students. It is my honor and privilege to address us here today. Let me first and foremost congratulate the Nigerian workers for a successful May Day. And I want to say that this May Day celebration will not be complete without an endorsement and an announcement for an increase in minimum wage today. Welfare for the students, greatest Nigerian workers, solidarity forever.
Thank you very much. That was the voice of our NANS president. Indeed, we need to articulate the strength of our minds, our resources together toward making Nigeria a great country. Great Nigerian workers.
Well, it is time one of the pillars on which the May Day celebration today is hanging.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Minister of Labor and Employment, our own comrade, Senator Dr. Chris Egige. The Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You remember when we were at the National Assembly, we gave him an honor, an honorary title of a comrade. So, Comrade, Distinguished Senator Dr. Bukola Saraki. And again, you remember, we also gave his twin brother, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the honorary title of a comrade. So, may I recognize Comrade Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Our chief host, the Minister of FCT, ably represented by his Permanent Secretary, Dr. Tope Ajekaye. The Chairman, Senate Committee on Labor, and other distinguished senators here present. The Chairman, House Committee on Labor, and other members of the House of Representatives here present. Our own epitome #1 comrade, the former governor of Edo State, His Excellency Comrade Adams Oshomole, the epitome of the labor movement in Nigeria, the Minister of Youth and Sports, the #1 civil servants of Nigeria, the head of service of the Federation, my friend and colleague, the President of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Ayuba Waba, MNI, Permanent Secretaries here present, heads of extramilitary organizations here present, the NAC of NLC and TUC here present, our veterans. May I specifically recognize the presence of Comrade Abdul Wahid Abakar Umar, who I worked with very, very harmoniously. The immediate discuss our pains, our agonies, our opportunity lost during this economic crisis that has greatly impacted negatively in our lives, and the organizational efficiency, the structure of trade unions in this country. Today is virtually the day of sober reflection. Nigerian workers are not celebrating per se. Nigerian workers are out today to show the whole world that we are grieving in poverty, we are grieving in pains, we are grieving in non-payment of salary. But we want to use this day to let Nigerians know that we are the owners of this land.
We are the wealth creators of this country. And because we are the wealth creators, we have more stake. We are the only pan-Nigerian organization. So Nigerian workers should be given their own pride of place. Our manufacturing sector is at comatose. If you have an industry in this country, for you to survive, you have to transfer your machineries to the neighboring countries where power. These issues of non-implementation of our local content laws. The oil and gas industry is not better either. The sector is also grappling with a scenario where you have the same problem that is in the financial sector, where workers are denied unionization. If you want to join any of the companies, you have to sign that you are not going to join any union. And our laws in this country has made it very explicitly clear that unionization is part and parcel of the palliatives on the increase on our petroleum products. And the issue of the constitution of a minimum wage committee. So it's our strong belief that the representative of the president, when he comes on the podium, he will tell us what the government has done so far on national minimum wage. The national budget. Comrades, we are tired of budget padding. We are happy that today the members of the National Assembly and their leadership are here. We want them to see the issues of our budget as a national project and not the project of either the executive or the legislative arm. It is a call to duty. It is a nationalistic call that our budget should be put in place devoid of any form of padding. Comrades, you might be aware in part of the print media that somebody in the House of Representatives has raised a motion through the back door after we have already resolved the issue of maintaining the national minimum wage on the exclusive legislative list in the last amendment of our Constitution. A member wants to reintroduce it from the back door. We want to assure that member that the movement, the organized labor in this country and our allies, the civil society organizations, are prepared to march and, if possible, call for his recall. Because something that has been settled, we don't expect it to be brought forward again. Comrades, we want to use this opportunity to salute our courage, to salute our patience, to salute our perseverance, because we have, despite all the challenges of the weather, in spite of the scorch in the rains or the sunshine we are having today across the nation, and Abuja, we have come out to indicate to the whole world that Nigerian workers are on the same page with our colleagues globally to fight against exploitation, to show the whole world that Nigerian workers are prepared to struggle, because we know that there is nothing we have earned through the platter of gold. So our continuous struggle, our struggle will continue. We say to Nigerians, we are the only hope. Nigerian workers, they are only hope of this country. And if we relent in our struggle, Nigerians have no other place they will rely on other than the workforce. So may I seize this opportunity to say, long live the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, long live the Nigerian Labour Congress, long live our civil society coalition members, long live our workers. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Aluta continua, Victoria Asata. Thank you very much.
Please let us put our hands together once again for these very wonderful and intimidating remarks. Once again, today is a very, very wonderful day in the history of Nigerian workers. And trade unionism in Nigeria had marked a great step in the annal of history, and we remain very, very committed to build up our strength, to review our responsibility in order to safeguard our rights and privileges.
May we invite the Honorable Minister of Labor and Productivity, Senator Dr. Chris Ngige, ably represented by the Acting Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, to come give us the Ministry's address to this occasion. The Minister is representing Mr. President, so the Permanent Secretary will give his address.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by great Nigerian workers, great Nigerian workers.
Great Nigerian workers. Great Nigerian workers.
The NTA is also bad. The president of Nigeria is not here. The vice president is not here. So Nigeria should be made to know that why they are reacting is not because they hate the Their reaction is because the president of Nigeria is not here. So ministers should talk for himself. Let the vice president come. Let it be the demand of workers. Just come them and then make us unpopular.
We are okay. Let's call on President of Congress.
It's not yet finished.
The minister said he will combine the two.
Okay, fine. We'll call on the President of.
Isolator! Isolator! Yeah, we have won. We have agreed. Accepted. 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 There is victory for us. Victory.
Great Nigerian workers! Great Nigerian workers! Great Nigerian workers! Kulu Tampa. Kulu. Where are the microphones? Hello? Hello?
Nigerian workers.
Comrades, hello.
It's okay.
Comrades, thank you. It's okay, thank you.
It is noted, please.
Comrades, it's okay, thank you.
It's noted.
Thank you. We have heard you, he's here.
It's noted.
Thank you, comrades.
Please, it's noted.
Thank you, comrades. Thank you. Yeah.
It's okay, thank you very much.
Great Nigerian worker. Great Nigerian worker. Can we therefore listen? Your message has been well heard. Your message is well communicated. Let us listen, please. Thank you very much. Let us listen. Thank you. It's okay. Come back. No, if you go back, they will start. They want him to reach his address. Don't try that now. Huh? No, he will come here. Let him start.
Hello?
Let him say that he will do the president's speech, that he will skip his speech.
Hello, comrades. He's a letter. Thank you very much. He's here. The Honorable Minister is here to read his. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let him skip the minister's speech.
What they are protesting is from here. That's what they are protesting. So he will read his own speech. You can skip that. Go ahead, sir.
Start up, please. Once you start up, within 1 minute, you take over
The way they want, maybe you're not telling them, since they want
another challenge, double challenge, Workers, Kulu.
Hello.
Comrades, 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 can we go back? Can we go back? Isoleto, Isoleto,
Forever.
for the
Solidarity
forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Victory.
Solidarity.
To take the members back to their stands. Simple. We can address them.
Victory. There is victory in the struggle. Go for Nigeria. There is victory. Forward. Kuli, 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 kuli.
It's okay. It's okay.
Isoleto!
Africa.
Isoleto! E-workers! E-workers!
Continue.
Kuli, kuli.
All right, let's settle down.
Kuli, kuli. Kuli, kuli.
Quite a dramatic twist there, quite a reaction by Nigerian workers insisting to listen to the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, who right here in this occasion is representing the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. Well, it's been dramatic, and they're still negotiating and still trying to see how to remedy the situation here, as the Nigerian workers are quite, they are insisting to listen to the minister. And let's remind you that we have the Senate President here, Bukola Saraki, and of course Speaker House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara. We have politicians, labor leaders, all gathered here for the ritual of May Day celebration. And of course, let's remind you that the theme for this year's Workers' Day is labor relations in economic recession and appraisal. Quite a timely theme, isn't it? More like a moment of reflection on how members of organized labor have fared in defending the rights, privileges and aspirations of the working class and pensioners.
Which union are you? Which union are you?
are causing problems.
At the moment, well, Nigerian workers dramatically are insisting to listen to the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, and not his representative, given the fact that he is here live and direct. But then the Minister
We can't run away from addressing it. We will have to address it and arrive at specific position.
conditions.
Taking their leave. An anticlimaxed May Day celebration, if you ask me. here insisted that the permanent secretary from the Ministry of Labor and Employment should not speak on the minister's behalf, as they expect to hear him speak and make some policy statements, so to speak. But then at some point, the minister who wanted to actually oblige was also taken aback with the uncontrolled crowd yelling and speaking out their mind to boycott the parade and insisting that they will have to boycott the parade, a situation that is quite not clear what government have given bailout funds to pay salaries, right? Okay.
Presidents and General Secretaries of affiliate unions, you are wanted at the podium. Presidents and General Secretaries of affiliate unions. Thank you, comrades. Thank you, comrades. Let's clear the podium. Please clear the podium. Clear the podium, please. Committee for March past. Huh? Please, comrades, get to your position for the march past. Clear the podium. Sir? Yeah. Nigerian Civil Service Union, Textile Workers Union of Nigeria, NASU, NAT, and the judges in charge of the May Day parade. Comrades, clear the podium. Civil Service Union, go to your marching point. Medical and Health Workers Union, go to your marching point. Textile Workers Union, I can see you already. Comrades, go to your marching points. The march past is being led by Textile Workers Union. Textile members of the committee judging the march past. I hope you've seen Textile Workers Union. Very colorful, beautiful Textile Workers Union, making the nation beautiful. Thank you, comrades. I can see our elder citizens, the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, our elder statesmen, thank you for coming, statesmen and women, the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, their labors will never be forgotten. The labors of the pension union will never be forgotten. Thank you, pensioners, for identifying with the working people this first day of May 2017. Thank you for coming. The National Union of Chemical, Footwear, Rubber, Leather, and Non-Metallic Products Employees, ably led by the National President, Comrade BG. Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, we appreciate you. Up national, tire roll, well done. Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, thank you for coming, we appreciate you. Nigerian workers held fight against corruption. The home base of the president of TUC. We appreciate you.
Ratau, the Radio, Television, Theatre and Art Workers Union of Nigeria. This very particular march past is being led by the National Auditor of the Nigerian Labour Congress and its National President, Comrade Kabir Tani. And by the grace of God, Ratau is being accompanied by the DG, Nigerian Film and Video Censors Board, first in history for one of the management staff to join the union's march past. We are proud of you. Thank you.
Comrade Dr. Yemisi Bamboshe, able stalwart of the NECA of Congress, leading the Ratau team there, we appreciate you. Mr. Autonomy, Ibrahim Khalil, President, Norge, Mr. Autonomy, leading the National Union of Local Government Employees, Treasurer, Nigerian Labour Congress, Advocate of Autonomy for Local Governments in Nigeria, Ibrahim Khalil, Mr. Autonomy, we're happy with you. A disciplined workforce is a productive workforce. The Medical and Health Workers Union in Nigeria, the team that drove away Ebola from Nigeria, Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria, the home base of Comrade Ayuba Waba. I can see the President and General Secretary marching with the efficiency that drives. Thank you, comrades. Thank you, comrades. This is the efficiency that is driving healthcare in Nigeria. The Medical and Health Workers Union, home base of Comrade Ayuba Waba, President, Nigerian Labour Congress. Thank you, comrades. A disciplined workforce is a productive workforce. The labors of our heroes will never be in vain. The Nigerian workforce is a disciplined workforce. Thank you, Medical and Health Workers Union, Thoroughbred Discipline Union. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you, comrades, for coming. Comrades, we are happy to see you. Thank you for keeping faith with the May Day. In spite of the initial challenges, we are happy that no single member of the contingent of Medical and Health Workers Union left the arena. Discipline is the watchword in the health sector, and you have displayed that. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Nigerian Medical and Health Workers Union, home base of Comrade Ayuba Waba, thank you for coming. Under your umbrella of good health, Nigerians will continue to enjoy good health. Thank you, comrades. Thank you, comrades. Thank you, comrades, for coming. Well, Medical and Health Workers Union, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming.
Comrades and friends, we will continue to strive hard to keep ourselves and strength together. Medical and Health Workers Union, we are definitely proud of you in your numbers. It is indeed a clear mark that shows
Thank you, Medical and Health Workers Union. We understand it is your efficiency with you and your sister union, the nurses, that you drove away Ebola. Now we understand how that happened. Your discipline is unparalleled. Thank you, Medical and Health Workers Union, for coming. The Mine Workers Union of Nigeria, National Union of Mine Workers. If extractive industry must drive the economy, the National Union of Mine Workers must be appreciated. Thank you, comrades. Thank you, comrades. Leadership. We appreciate you. NUT. If there is no teacher in your family, then something is wrong. The NUT has a register of all teachers in Nigeria. Go and check whether the surname of your family is in the teachers register. NUT, we thank you for coming. The home base of Comrade Ibrahim Umar, former President, Nigerian Labour Congress. NUT, we appreciate you. National Association of Academic Technologists, we appreciate the great NAT that has produced coming. On the night shift, nurses stay awake. On the morning shift, nurses are alert and awake. We thank you for coming, great Nigerian nurses. We appreciate you, the midwives, the Nigerian nurses, the midwives. We thank you, a disciplined organization. We appreciate you. We plead with our members, as you march back, go back to the cover stands. The address of the national president will be coming up shortly, immediately after the march past. As you march by, you proceed to the cover stands and you receive the address of the president. Comrade Kuri Mohammed, Deputy President, Nigerian Labour Congress. Able Treasurer, a chairperson, always a chairperson. We thank you, great NAPSRA. We thank you for coming. The great union that is transforming technology. We appreciate your work in the workplace. Thank you, comrades. You are a great lot.
Noxo, we are most very proud of you. The National Union of Civil Engineering, Construction, Furniture and Woodworkers. Noxo. Well, I would thank you, Comrade Amiti. The Vice President NLC, the National President as well, Comrade Amiti. We believe that man cannot live under the sun or continue to live on trees, but National Union of Civil Engineering, Construction, Furniture and Woodworkers had made it possible for us to hold what we call shelter under our heads. Agricultural and allied Employees Union of Nigeria, proud of you. Agriculture happens to be
face of the daunting current economic challenges facing the country. The unflinching and undying hope for a better future is second to none. You can see that displayed here at the Eagle Square, regardless of the initial disagreement. The parade was still carried out by some industrial unions and civil society organizations. This demonstration of continuity is an indication that indeed Nigerian workers are committed to fostering a friction-free relationship with the federal government. Well, it is on that note that we've come to the end of the live broadcast of Workers' Day celebration at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Federal Capital Territory, which was brought to you by the NTA, Africa's largest television network. My name is Joseph Johnson. Happy Workers' Day and God bless Nigeria.
Members of the National Associative Council, members of the Central Working Committee, great Nigerian workers. It is with deep sense of humility and keen sense of duty and history that I stand before you today. Last year's May Day,
our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you. NTA, it's all about you.
Gas pipelines are the arteries for